welcome back to my channel. Today's video, I'm gonna be reading you guys have probably heard of Wattpad. It's where people write fan fictions, so like crazy made-up stories. They can be dirty, about celebrities or just like anyone they admire. I always see on Twitter, why don't we stans making imagines? I don't really know if that's the right term. I think it's called like imagines of like, why don't we? And I actually have never read one of them because quite frankly, I really don't trust anybody in the why don't we fandom. A lot of them are 12 and they're wild. Honestly, like, just probably in my best interest to not ever read one, but for the sake of this video, I kind of want it to be interesting, and I know a lot of you guys know why don't we and like why don't we, so I might scar my life. I'm on Wattpad right now, and so I'm gonna be reading one about why don't we. I'm scared. So there's one here that's called Friends with Benefits. It's about why don't we. It has 52.3 thousand reads and 684 stars. I'm really scared. If you guys saw my last video about reading like dirty fan fictions, I did this like a year ago reading Jacob Sartorius and I was scarred for life. So this one's about why don't we, and I actually really like them. I listen to their music and I met them a couple times. I'm really scared for this. I don't know who told me this was a good idea, but we're gonna read and I am gonna cringe. Okay, here we go. This one's called Friends with Benefits. So you're 17 years old and live with your parents and Ashley in Texas. Your older brother Corbin asked you to join him and his friends for the summer break and spend time with him. He got you a little apartment. They spelled apartment wrong. Not that far away from them. Of course you said yes because you didn't spend a lot of time with him when he moved to LA. You packed your bags and you're currently in your car with your parents and Ashley to the airport to drop you off. Please give Corbs a lot of hugs from me, Ashley said with puppy eyes. Of course I will, Ash. I hugged her tightly. Take care of yourself, honey. Be smart and keep an eye on your brother, will you? My mom said. Mom, he's 2 years older than me, but he's still a dork, so yeah, I will. I giggled. We all laughed at my comment about Corbin. Yes, he is silly, something that's why I miss him so much, because I'm also very silly. We arrived at the airport and my dad took my bags. There was a Silcent, they're definitely 12, they meant to write silent, between the four of us. My mom broke it, saying to me to have a great time. I smiled at her, her face lit up, I hugged my... This is kind of boring right now. Okay, I'm gonna skip. So after a few hours of flying, basically I slept the whole flight. I landed in LAX, the warm weather welcomed me. I smiled at the thought of the next month spending with Corbin. On the plane I researched the band and the members. They all look very cute and all, but Daniel was definitely my type. I'm confused. I thought she was into Corbin. Wait, isn't this about Corbin and his sister? I'm confused. In this story, is Ashley into Daniel? I got off the plane, got my bags, and waited for a call from Corbs. I'm cringing. Saying he's there. It wouldn't mind if I waited outside and admired the view already. I took my bags, and just when I was just a few steps out of the airport, I hear someone familiar screaming my name. Oh, no, I see. Okay. Her name's Jess. So, Jess, hey, over here, Jess, I heard someone say from behind. I changed your name to Jess so that this will make writing about you a lot easier. Oh, hell no! Hell no. This is not about me. I'm not saying my name. We're just gonna stick to Jess. Corbin. I found my eyes tear up when I saw him running to me. The last time I saw him, he was so young, he looked like an official adult now. I dropped my bags and jumped into his arms. I hugged him tight, my face buried into his shoulders and him into mine. When we stopped hugging, I looked at his face. We both laughed at how dramatic we looked, just like in a movie. He came alone because he said the boys needed to get ready and get food for the party tonight. Yes, they fucking made a welcoming party just for moi. Sweetie, I don't think they did. We jumped into his car and the whole ride to his house we talked and talked and talked. We laughed and cried a bit maybe. Okay. I love seeing my sister again, he squealed. Same here, I giggled. We arrived at the house at 4 p.m. and took my bags out. Holy cow, is that your house? I yelled. Corbin laughed at my reaction. We will get to yours tomorrow, he said with a wink. When we got in, Corbin showed me around. It was around 6 p.m. and time for dinner. I heard a knock on the door and Corbs was outside to decorate the garden for the party. I went downstairs and opened the door. A huge smile appeared on my face as I saw the boys. You're Corbin's sister, right? Jack asked. Jess? Jonah frowned. Whisper.
Dang, she's hot.
Zach poked Jack. Oh my god. That's some Bess and jeans over there, Daniel shouted. I giggled at Daniel. Yes, I'm Corbin's sister, Jess. Nice to finally meet you guys. Yeah, so this is basically talking about Corbin's sister. Okay, this is kind of boring right now though, like, what's going on even? Okay, so they met Corbin's sister. Okay, they called her hot. I'm uncomfortable. Is this gonna get interesting? Like, this is gonna be like a 20-minute video if I read all these chapters. Okay, so I just skipped a part. They're like at the party. I think Jess met Christina, okay. So they're at the party and it says, I turned around so that my back was against Daniel's chest. I danced with my hips against his, my butt touching his member? One of his band members, I guess, okay. Which I could tell was growing. His member. Is that another word for what? I faced Daniel and moved away with some dance moves, but he pulled me close so that our chests touched. Why are you pulling me this close, Danny? I mean, I don't mind. Hee. I winked at him and smiled. First of all, that is so cringy. His name's Daniel, not Danny. That's really weird. He whispered into my ear, your dance moves woke someone up, if you know what I mean. Ew! Oh my god, they're probably literally 12 writing this. I'm uncomfortable. I looked down and saw his bulge very noticeable in his jeans. I couldn't help it, but I laughed really hard. I really wanted to stop, but I couldn't. I saw Daniel getting really red and looking down. Jonah and Christina noticed what was going on because they were watching us from the start. Hey Daniel, come here bud, I need you to help me with something, man. That was really bad. Hey Daniel, come here bud, I need you to help me with something, man. He shouted from across the garden, leaving me alone. Daniel walked away, still with blushy cheeks. Christina walked up to me with a mad face. Oh my god. What the hell, Jess? I looked at her in shock, not knowing what I did wrong. She saw my face and got even more mad. You laughed at him. You were making fun of Daniel because he got turned on by you, she said, mad. Oh my god, that was all rushing through my head. I laughed at Daniel because he got a boner, because I made him. I teased him. Can I stop reading right now? Yeah, okay, I'm over this one. Okay, so a lot of these stories on here are like way too many chapters and this video would be way too long. So I'm just gonna read like short imagines. I guess so. This one's called Friends with My Bully, in brackets Jonah Murray. Bounce that booty like a basketball, and if you don't, then don't shake it at all. But bounce that boo. I tapped the stop button on my alarm and realized it's the first day of school today. Ew. I get up and go to my bathroom and do my thing, then I go to my closet to get some clothes. I didn't put on any makeup because 1, I don't need it, and 2, it'll probably come off because of PE. I go downstairs and see my mom. She looks at me and she asks, "Why did I let you dye your hair again?" I smiled and said, "Because you love your favorite daughter so much that you let me." In return, she says, "Honey, you're my only daughter." I roll my eyes and tell her, "I'm gonna go so I'm not late for school. Love ya. Bye, booty juice drinker." What the fuck? Okay, so this one is called Plain Playmate. I don't know why I keep reading these. Daniel, your POV. Your point of view. Okay, so I'm on my way to our hometown, Stillwater, Minnesota, where my brother Jonah lived. Yes, Murray. It's been forever since I last saw them, well, my family except for Jonah. Me and Jonah lived in LA, where most of my life grew. But he just got home from tour, so we went straight to Minnesota. I stepped in the plane, getting my mind away from the things I've daydreamed. "Excuse me, sir, I have to take my seat," I said to the guy who was blocking my way to my seat. "I'm sorry," he replied. I looked up to see his features, blue eyes and brown wavy hair. ... Daniel CV. "Daniel," I said excitedly, and then Y/N, so your name. He shouts back, "I missed you," I say daringly. "Where are you off to, by the way?" "Well, I'm here with the boys, as you see," he says as I look around. Finding them sitting across my seat, I went ahead and hugged each and every one of them, but not see my brother, as he is already in Stillwater. "So I see you're off to see my brother," I said. "Well, actually, yeah," he replies smoothly. And then it says, "Please turn off all electronic devices as we're about to take off." We hear the pilot say as we turn off our phones, "Want to play rock, paper, scissors?" I asked. "I know it's childish, but can we please?" "Yeah, sure, whatever the princess wants." Stop. Oh my god. You would never say that, first of all. He said while I sit there and blush. I won 5 rounds of the game and started falling asleep. I felt Daniel kiss my head and say, "You'll always be my playmate, no matter what." Excuse me, I have to go. This one's called Daniel CV. I don't know what to expect in this one, but I know it's probably not gonna be good. So it says your name, point of view. I'm not putting in my name here, just so you guys are aware. I'm just gonna say YN because, okay, I'm at the Why Don't We house cleaning because you know how boys at this house is so messy, and Daniel and I were home alone. He was watching TV, being lazy as he is. While he was watching TV, I decided to wash the dishes. This sounds like it's been written by an 11-year-old. After a while, I was finished cleaning. I washed the dishes, mopped and swept in the beds up and down. This really does not make any sense. I don't think they passed English class. I'm very tired, so I decided to take a nap because I was sleepy. YN. Hey Danny, I'm gonna go upstairs and sleep. I'm sleepy. Daniel. KK, sleep in my room. YN. Thanks. Then I walked upstairs and laid down on the bed and I couldn't sleep, so I decided to watch my photos on my phone. While watching, I saw a photo of Daniel and me on the bed, and Daniel was shirtless, which turned me to big time. Suddenly, my hand started to crawl down my leg, going under my dress, pulling down my panty, lining it up around my ankle, and spread out my legs. Okay, I'm not saying that. This is too much. I don't know how you guys feel comfortable like making these stories. I really don't. This is so bad. I'm just gonna skip a little bit. Okay. No, I can't do it. I give up. I can't do it. I really just can't. Okay. I'm really uncomfortable. That's enough reading for today. Honestly, think it's really inappropriate that that's even a thing. I really just I don't know how I feel about that. I'm really uncomfortable. I'm never doing that again. I am blocking every person on Twitter who puts a screenshot of a 12-year-old's Imagine that they wrote, because I never want to read one of those again. Why Don't We are grown men, pretty much all adults, except for Zach, but still. I'm sure they don't appreciate knowing, or if they sadly come across any of these stories, that there are these things being written about them. Like, I am so sorry to them. I went through 10 minutes of my life reading these, so I think it's only fair to put it out in the universe that if you read these, you'll be scarred, probably. I really just don't want to think of celebrities that way. Most of the time, it's literally 12-year-olds that are writing these fanfics, which when I was 12, like, I was playing with Polly Pockets, let alone even thinking of dirty things in my mind. Yeah, so that wraps up today's video, as uncomfortable as I am. I hope you guys liked this. Subscribe. So thanks for watching, I I guess I'll see you guys in my next video. I need to drink.